Hey kids, it's Bob. I saw the video, and I started to write a response, and then I realized I had so much to say about it, and I have diarrhea of the keyboard, and I really don't communicate well in typing. You can't see my face or my expressions. I'm a very visual communicator. I'm sure you're being able to tell that already because you've watched a couple of my videos. And so here's my response. I'm going to read because, like I said, I really like to think about what I'm going to say before I instantly respond. I said, I agree with you in a way, and I agree with what you're saying about the path we're going down and the laws and them going to be taken away. Because I still hold my hippie core beliefs that we can all just get along, and I really hope that, I know that's 90s and shit, why can't we all get along, but it's a universal message. And I really wish people would stop, think about what they're saying, try to express themselves instead of just react with emotion or say some hateful shit or, people get caught up in their emotions. Everybody wants to be right. And it's hard to tell what somebody's emotions are when they're typing, so, but I agree with you 100%. I mean, that was a very eloquent way to put it. You're a very compelling individual and everything. I'm with you. I'm with you on about 98% of everything you say. I know we don't really know each other, but I do feel a kinship for you, maybe like a kindred spirit, But now, on the other hand, and I know that's cliche for I'm going to disagree, but I don't, just devil's advocate, there is an argument to be said that you can opt to disengage from the internet. And I know that you're going to say that's like being bullied, but it's true. I left Facebook years ago for that reason. I wasn't bullied myself, but I saw it going on, and I saw all the hateful shit, and I got tired of it, and I hated feeling so mad every time I got off the internet because I saw all this shit going on Facebook. So I disengaged. I didn't disengage from the whole internet. I still look shit up. I still, I went to school. I had to use the internet to go to school. Nothing came of it because that shit's a fucking scam. Another story. But, you don't really need social media in your life. Do you really need it? No. You need the internet, but you don't need to speak your mind in a social thing. And in a social setting. You're not needed. And the stars are doing it for self-promotion anyway. If you're already a star, most of what you say on the internet is self-promotion. So that's just the one point. I'm not even going to go further on that. That's it. You can disengage. Just like it's your right to say it, it's your right to disengage. Like I said, these people are going to say they're bullied off the internet. So if Leslie Jones or Milo Stewart doesn't use Twitter anymore, is it going to really change anything for them? Now, I'm just going to go a little further, because in one of my comments in the post, I was, it's for the sake of the children. And I fucking hate that statement. I hate it. But you know what? Social media is needed for the children. They don't have a choice. It's ingrained in their system. You can tell a child, well, you don't need social media, but we know that's not true, because every other child is using it. It's like when I was a kid. I didn't watch Saturday morning cartoons because I was raised a religious Jew. That was only a small part of it. But the stuff that I missed on Monday morning in school, alienated me a little bit. It wasn't enough to shatter my world. But imagine if you were growing up in the 50s through the 90s and they never ever let you watch TV. You would be so socially awkward and so ass backwards and so alienated from your friends. And that being said, they pretty much shamed kids into not bullying each other on the internet, and they get repercussions in school, which I know people still fight about free speech, but they've pretty much been able to shame kids into not bullying each other. It still happens, it's still gonna happen, it's the nature of kids too. But in a way, kids are more open. I mean, yeah, there's always the evil ones, but in general, you learn racism, you learn your bad behavior, and when you get stigmatized by your peers, you learn from them as well. Okay? Because all the kids now are standing up to the bullies. It's the kids who started up the whole trans thing in the bathroom. It was because kids wanted to have a space, and the other kids in school said, yeah, you can have a space, we don't mind, but the adults got involved. And that's what the problem is. I hope it's not gonna, I hope it happens. I hope there's more people like you and me in the world than there are them, which really there are. We just hear their side, left, right, hate, love, whatever, hippie dippy to right wing fucking fanatical. But I mean, I just hope that we'll learn from the kids, because if we're still on the path that we're on, you're 100% right. I would really hate more of my rights being taken away for the sake of the children. Now, just one other thing, side note, this is something also that goes to both of those points. Is internet really our right to use? I mean, they still kick certain people off the internet, sex offenders, even people who were, for the minorest of sexual misappropriation, are not allowed to use the internet anymore. So, I mean, plus, we got to pay some sort of corporation to use the internet. I mean, I have to use my cable company. I have to use my phone company. I have to go to a free hotspot that's usually sponsored by a company. And then they'll have their rules of engagement for what you can do on the internet there. Like the library, you can't fucking be doing heinous shit in the library. You can spread hate speech, but I guess you're really not supposed to do porn. You know what I mean? So, so you can say that's semi-private. And I only bring this up is because the internet is truly a utility. And until we get everybody to recognize it's a utility and set up free internet along the way somehow, it's always going to be a right. It's always going to be a privilege. And it's never really going to truly be a right. Okay, I know this is long and I'm probably taking up a lot of your time. I hope you got through it. I really, really respect you. Like I said, I feel like a kindred spirit. I think we're coming from the same place. And actually, when I get filled with all this hate on the YouTube, watching left, watching right, I stop on your videos and they give me some perspective. So, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you.